Hello everyone, this is David, and today I'm going to be bringing you a review of the Carenado Falcon 50. This airplane has been released for about a month now. Been flying it around quite a bit, getting used to the airplane so I can bring you a good review of it. The exterior model of the aircraft is absolutely stunning, with nice reflections and excellent 3D modeling and texture work as per the norm with Carenado. Very nice texture work there, very nice detail work on the landing gear, as you can see. And nice bump mapping. There's a little bit of dirt modeled on the airplane, not much. It is a medium-sized business jet, so most of these airplanes are kept in really excellent condition. Some nice reflections here on the heated wing. And really nice texture work with the rivets there. Everything that you could expect to be modeled in this airplane is there, even down to the static wicks, even those are relatively detailed. That's the thing with Carenado is they create some absolutely beautiful models and beautiful texture work. Probably the best in the industry, I would say, texture-wise and 3D modeling-wise. It's an absolutely spectacular aircraft on the outside. A Falcon 50, larger business jet has been something prepared 3D has needed for a while. Go ahead and go inside here. And let's have a quick look around the VC until we get everything started up here. Texture work in here is really nice. All the circuit breaker panels here are in 3D. They do not have any functionality, but they are there, they are modeled. You can control the dome lights, the pilot lights, pilot side lights here, the glare shield overhead, and the co-pilot's lights there. All the texture work in the VC looks great. You have the ProLine 21 system, which is pretty good. It does come with the Navigraph integration, so you can update the Navigraph stuff. You can also fly stars and SIDS with this airplane. The functionality of it's not super deep, not like you'd expect to see like on PNG level of systems, but it's more than enough to fly instrument procedures. Systems wise, most of the stuff is there and it works. You have your engine computers, and all that'll pop up the light if it's put in the wrong position down here on your warning panel there. Let's go ahead and go back to the back here. Let's have a quick look. One of these days I do need to get a little bit better of a camera program. But for right now, I'm just sticking with the default controlled movements. The VC is really nicely done, as is the virtual cabin and the typical, pop-out tray tables. These will actually, you can turn those on and off if the airplane is powered up. Go ahead and shut the door there. And we'll come back up toward the front of the airplane here. Just a very nicely done VC. Obviously the armrests move and all that good stuff. You do have the sunshades, and you can move these about wherever you need them. You can't adjust the angle of it, but you can at least move them around. You also have these sunshades here that pop up and they work. Alright, so let's go ahead and power the airplane up. So Carenado has this relatively new little window here. You can choose to just have your systems powered, your engine started, ready for taxi, or ready for takeoff. For the sake of the review, I'm just going to go ahead and go to ready for takeoff. this mode, it'll do all the startup for you. One nice thing about the airplane is it does have sounds that are accurate to the airplane, such as the very common, or not common, but very unique Dassault trim sound. It's very unique to some aircraft, and they have carried it over here. That airplane is powered up. You can come through here and test your shakers, etc. Test your panels down here. Test your lights. So if you really wanted to simulate things, you could. If you really want to step through all the procedures, or if you just want to jump in the airplane and go somewhere, you have the option to do that. All right. So the airplane's started up here. I'm going to go ahead and set our flaps. And we'll go fly real quick. The airplane does pretty well, even over orbit sceneries, and in Seattle, I still don't drop below about 25 to 30 frames per second, even with Rex Skyforce enabled. And I am using my laptop, so this is not my full desktop sim. This is just my laptop, which is a 7700 HQ and a GTX 1070 mobile. So definitely not the most powerful system. I would say that this system, desktop-wise, is similar to maybe a 3770K and probably a GTX 10 or 970. So the airplane does perform very well. No stutters, really nice and smooth. Flight dynamics-wise, the airplane feels pretty good. It feels heavy enough, but also light enough. We can go full
bank angle
here, and
bank angle.
Get a nice roll rate.
$2,500.
Nice call out sounds there. Gonna slow down here, and we'll take the airplane into a stall. Stall at about airplane stalls very nicely. Most jets don't have a real bad stall tendency. They're not going to drop a wing like a 172 or something, but they're just going to stall straight forward. Alright. Go ahead and bring the airplane back in before landing. Night lighting in the cabin is really nice. It looks like a photo of a jet, a forward jet. It's really nice. The only complaints I have about the airplane is, one, with or without the lighting enabled, the landing light, taxi light on this airplane are absolutely useless. They shine out maybe about 4 feet from the nose. I'm not sure why that hasn't been fixed in a couple of patches that have been released. So that is a common issue with Carenado aircraft that I've run into. I know they're King Air and stuff like that as well. The landing light looks really nice where it is. Kind of got that nice LED or HID effect to it, but it's not very functional. So basically, if you're coming into a dark airport, you're just going to kind of have to use your peripherals to judge your height versus that landing light to help you judge that height. All the fire handles, all that sort of stuff works in the airplane. No complaints about any of that. I know a lot of people don't like Carenado because of the supposed lack of systems. To me, the airplanes, you can fly it very simply. You don't have to use all the stuff that's there, or you can choose to use it if you want to simulate the procedures, which to me is fine. I mean, in the end, you're clicking a virtual switch on a pretend airplane. It doesn't matter if all it does is pop on a light or something. You've still went ahead and done that procedure, in my opinion. If you want to fly very procedurally. What I would like to see added is a little bit more functionality on the ProLine 21 system. Personally, I actually would have preferred a steam gauge variant of the airplane, or the option to have a steam gauge variant. I know they did that with the P3Dv4 Seminole. They gave the option of either a glass or a
300
steam version. Very nice. I wish they would do that with more of their aircraft. I know it'd be a lot more work.
Minimum 200.
To me, it would make it a much more valuable product.
$100.
Because, you know, in the real world, I learned to fly on steam.
30,
I learned to fly instruments on steam. Obviously, I fly in class now, where I instruct at, I'm on steam. Back to steam again. So, a little long here on the landing. Thrust reverser in there to get us slowed down. Alright, we'll go ahead and bring it to a stop here. Parking brake. And let's go ahead and go over to night. Not sure why it's installing doing this, but apparently it does. Alright, cockpit lighting looks pretty good. It's definitely not like a dynamic lighting. As you can see, the shadows are baked in there, but they look really nice. I do think maybe they're a little over bright, and you cannot control the brightness of the glare shield, but you can control the brightness of everything else. So your overhead, pilot's side here, your co-pilot side here. Obviously, you can turn the dome lights on and off. And you can fly just fine without the glare shield lighting. But I would like to see, a dimmable glare shield lighting. Most add-on manufacturers do that, so it is one of those things I do think should be in a product that is as expensive as this product is. It should have a dimmable glare shield, especially if the systems are not, super highly done. So coming back to the virtual cabin, it's really pretty back here. Very bright. My only one comment about it is maybe a little too bright. This would be more like a boarding style thing than it would be. You're actually flying like this at night. You can turn the screens on and off. Then you got this here, turn on and off. Overall, very nice looking airplane. Definitely recommend it if you're in the market for a business jet. You got a bunch of different nice view presets here in the virtual cabin, audio panel, throttle flutter, co-pilot, and back to the virtual cockpit here. You do have a bunch of different options for your views. You can obviously set some new ones. The VC, like I said, is great. I just do wish they would allow dimmable, or not allow it, but have a dimmable panel lighting. As you can see, this is what I was talking about with the landing lights, is they are pretty much useless. Airplane looks great from the outside at night, but if you need to see the runway, good luck with that. That's just not very accurate. Most landing lights on a 172 go out further than that, especially on a multi-million-dollar business jet. They would. That is really, to me, the only major flaw with this airplane. Overall, it's a very nice aircraft, very well done. So, I applaud Carenado for bringing this airplane into the sim, and also supporting so many platforms. They support FSX, FSX Steam, Prepared 3D version 2, 3, and 4, and Prepared 3D. So they're supporting a lot of different platforms. And I know I spoke to them once about the panel lighting on another airplane. They said that was mainly because they were supporting so many different platforms. They would run into issues running across so many platforms, which I can understand, especially now that we are in a 64-bit sim. They're supplying this, at no additional cost. Some scenery manufacturers and some add-on manufacturers are charging extra just to get the 64-bit editions. Carenado's not doing that, so I applaud them for that. With that said, I do recommend getting this airplane if you are in the market for a business jet, if you really like the Falcon 50. To me, I think it's one of the best looking business jets around in real life. And definitely in sim, it's one of the best looking. Some of you may not have been around simming as long as I have, but there was a really great Falcon 50 for, I believe it was FS 2002. And it was just a great airplane. I flew it a ton. So finally be able to get something with super high visual quality back in the sim is great. So yeah, as most of you know, I do prefer visuals over systems. So that, with that being said, that is kind of my disclaimer. To me, like the Level D767, great simulation of an airplane, but I would never fly it because it just looks so dated and horrible. And yeah, that's kind of also why I don't fly SimWare stuff. Because some people have compared the systems in this airplane to that. I have some of their stuff. Very, very good systems depth, but the visual quality in those airplanes is just not up to par with current standards in the industry. And Carenado is above what most of the standards in the industry are. So if you're like me and you use visuals as a more of an immersion, I would definitely recommend any Carenado product. To me, better visuals lead to more immersion. I say this as a pilot in the real world, because really, for the most part, once you get up to cruise, you're kind of just sitting there and monitoring stuff. And if you have bad visuals, you're kind of taking away from that. So, yeah, definitely recommend this aircraft. Go out and purchase a copy of it. And hope everyone has enjoyed this video. And we'll see you next time.